Okay, so we've got this sine function right here. Mind you, we're dealing with trigonometry functions. So this is sine function. Now, how do you graph a sine function? Um, if you have not been given the range, you just do this, the x or y plane, okay? Once you do your Cartesian plane here, uh, the sine function will have an amplitude of 1, okay? So the amplitude is 1, meaning here it will be 1 and the negative 1 from where the x-axis crosses the y-axis. It's 1 going up and going down, negative 1. So how did I get this amplitude? We need to know the amplitude. So the amplitude will just be the number that is in front here. So what number do we have here? There is nothing here, meaning there is a 1. So our amplitude is a 1. So here write a 1 and down here you write a negative 1. The same number that you get if it was 2 here, write a 2 here and a negative 2 here. You also need to know a period. So what is our period in this case? Our period can be found using the formula 2 pi over b. So what is our b in this case? Our b will be the number that is right here where x is. What number do we have here? It's a 1. So our period is just a 2 pi. So what does this period mean? It means from 0, we know that here it's 0. So from 0 to where this graph will repeat itself, it's a 2 pi. So it will repeat itself at 2 pi. This point and this point are the same. So once you get that 2 pi, you also need to know or to find the difference between each point. So we know that there must be 4 points. So from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 points. So you get your period divided by 4. We have found our period here, and this period must be here. So when you do your stuff here, you make your Cartesian plane, write a 2 pi. Now, on how to find these numbers to put here, you get the period divided by 4 because there are 4 numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you divide, you get pi over 2 because 2 into 4, it's 2. Pi over 2. And when you get this pi over 2, start adding. So this is pi over 2. From 0, it's pi over 2. From pi over 2, it will be pi. So just the pi plus pi is pi. So now you get this pi plus pi over 2, it will give you this. This 3 pi over 2 plus pi over 2, it will give you 2 pi. So this is how you get to come to identify or to find the Cartesian plane. So now you go to your function. You get your function. This is y is equal to sine x. Okay? So we want to find the coordinates. So to find the coordinates, we come up with the table of values. So this is this will just call it x-axis, and this other one will call it y-axis. Okay? So x-axis and the y-axis. So we say this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. So for our x-axis, we have we start with 0. So we have 0 right here. We have pi over 2. We've got pi. We've got 3 pi over 2 up to 2 pi. Okay, up to 2 pi. So now we start plugging. When we get 0, we put it here where x is. What is our y? Our y will be equal to 0 because sine 0 will just be 0. When we put pi over 2 right here, what are we getting? Our y will be equal to 1. When we put pi here, we'll get a 0. When we put 3 pi over 2, we'll get a negative 1. And finally, here we'll get a 0. So this is how it's done, okay? Now, these numbers we've just found here, they are our coordinates. So here we've got 0, comma 0. This is 0, comma 0. So you go to where 0, comma 0 is right here. And this is pi over 2, comma 1. Okay, pi over 2, comma 1. So pi is right here, over 2, pi over 2 is right here, 1 is here. So our point will be right here. The next thing will be pi, comma 0. So for pi, comma 0, pi, comma 0 will be here. Next, we've got 3 pi over 2, comma 1. It's right here. 3 pi over 2, comma 0. It will be here. Next, we have got 2 pi, comma 0. It will be right here. So these are the points we have. And we can see our coordinates over here. So here it's 3 pi, comma 2. 3 pi over 2, comma negative 1. Here it's 2 pi, comma 0. Okay. So once we do these points, we are now ready to join. So we'll join. Our graph will look like that. So our graph will look like this. So this is our graph. We've got a graph right here. And we can say this is y is equal to sine x as our graph right here. Thank you so much. Kindly watch the next video where I'll show you on how to find the graph of y is equal to 3 sine 1 over 2x. So make sure you watch the next video and I'll show you on how to graph this one.